I'm alive, I'm alive. Oh, hi everybody. Hello, hello. So I'm just coming on today to do a little quick live. It's been ages since I actually done a live, so I'm quite excited today. Okay, so let me view this so I can see all your lovely comments. I'm not sure who's going to join me today. I'd just like to show you my beautiful glue stopper embellishment that my crafty friend Stamping with Ian kindly sent me. Isn't that beautiful? Made by a lovely lady called Gloria. Absolutely love it. Okay, so I can't see anybody on live, but that's absolutely fine. Okay, so for today's card, I am using, what am I using? I am using Mint Macaron card base. And I'm using some of the Playing with Patterns DSP. Okay, so let's just get crafting. I'm just going to bash on. It's a really quick one today. I do need to cut an insert for the inside of my card. Hang on, I've got some spares cut somewhere. Do you have a little stash of them here? So let's start by popping this inside the card. So this card is just a standard UK A4 sheet cut in half and folded in half, and that gives us a measurement of 4 1/8 of an inch by 5 7/8. Okay, I have got a little sore nail just now, so I'm just trying to sort it. Hang on. And this is, I think this is the second time I've played with the Playing with Patterns DSP, and it is really, really lovely. Now, the reason I'm managing to come on just now is because the kids are out playing and my darling husband is not back from work yet. So, let's get started. Right, okay, so if I grab my glue, let me get something to sit that gorgeous pin on. I've been popping up a lot of tutorials of late. I am trying to craft at least once a day to keep my mind active, and by goodness it is working. I am loving it. I love being creative. Okay, so I've chosen to go for this DSP. Now this is 3/4 of an, well, it's 1/4 of an inch smaller in width. Okay, and it's the same height, so we're just going to glue that on. Okay, now we're just going to pop it on as centered as we can, like so. Everybody must be at their dinner just now, or possibly out shopping. I don't go shopping because of my my chronic fatigue ME issues, but I don't think I would really want to be out and about just now still. Okay, so what I've used in this project is, there's 2 die sets, okay? I've used the Playful alphabet dies. These are absolutely amazing. And they're really good because when you're putting them back in their case, it has the templates of where you have to stick them back on the sticky sheet. So it's really good. So we're using that set, and we're also using the Magnolia memory dies, which are these ones. The only one I've used out of this so far up until this card is the large Magnolia. I don't even know if I've used that, to be honest. I think I've just used the stamps. Anyway, we're using these 2 here, and this little centerpiece for the flower. I'm going to try and build up a flower for on this card. This edging die is absolutely stunning, and what I've done is I've chosen to cut a piece out and crush curry, and this is what I'm going to layer the word thanks onto. That's going to go on my card. I also had a little scrap piece, so I've decided to pop this one up at the top, and it's just going to go on like that basically. And we're going to add our little flower in here and our sentiment across here. So if I glue this on, okay, don't need too much glue, as long as there's glue at the edges. And again, it's just going to overlap slightly on here. Okay, like so. Beautiful, beautiful. Make sure it's all lining up. Okay, and this one's going to go further down. So the next step is to stick on the words. Now, I have already die cut out the word thanks. I do have the negative. I will make another card with that another time. Okay, so we're going to place these on as straight as possible on this piece. And I'll show you what I've done with the negative die cut for the next card. What I done was I thought it would be fun to make a funky kind of thank you card for the negative. So you can see that I've die cut it out wobbly, and I think that will look really nice. I do have the centrepiece for the A in my little stash for when I make another card. And I'm also going to utilise the scrap piece of DSP that came off of this 6x6 sheet. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. Okay, so we need to kind of place them on just to get a gauge of roughly where they're going to go. I will apologise just now if I'm a little bit shaky. I've not had a great day in terms of my ME, and I was actually bedded for about 3.5 hours from late morning. So I'm up now and I'm trying to distract myself and get a little bit good feel factor. I don't want to be lying about all day. So you can see this fits on relatively nicely. And the closest point at each side is about 1/4 of an inch. So I can go ahead and pop these down. So I'm just using tweezers, just using a teeny bit of the wet glue. Now we do have double-sided sheets in our catalogue. I've not used mine yet. These would be perfect for die cutting, especially if you're not good with touching little die cuts. My hands could be temperamental, so I totally understand, but I've not had a chance to play with mine yet. So you can, if you wish, if you don't trust yourself to pop these on straight, you could draw a line in pencil along here, and that would help guide you in terms of popping them on nice and straight. Okay, so I'm just pressing this ever so slightly because I don't want an influx of glue jumping out at us. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that up a wee second, and that is relatively straight. I've just heard my oldest son's just actually come back in, so I hope he doesn't be really noisy. I didn't tell him I was going on to a live, so he may be shouting on me in a second. Okay, so just make sure those are all sticking down. So I'm going to hold this one in the centre because it's a little bit more footery. Okay, so I'm just working on the K. It has been so wet and miserable here in Scotland. I think we are coming to the end of our summer, unfortunately. So I'm just gluing this on just now. Right, so we're on the last letter. And I'm just going to stick this one on. Oh, see that? Too much glue. Right, hang on. That's because I was put off. I was shouting to my son there. Right, I'm just going to remove some of the excess on a bit of scrap. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a little wipe. Easy peasy. He was wanting me to open the garage for him, but he needs to come in himself and open it. Right, so this one needs moved up ever so slightly. Like so. I think that's better. Okay, now I am just going to use the palm of my hand rather, to pop that down. So it looked quite nice, the crushed curry with the white. Okay, so that's going to go on there. We could add Wink of Stella on here too. Pardon me. Right, the next bit is to build our flower. So I showed you at the start, I have 2 of those die cuts and 2 of those, which are these 2 layering dies. Okay, so I'm just going to use my bone folder. You can fold them under or fold them up. I want to fold them up. And you can see I've used a scrap piece of paper for the bottom one. It's always good to save where you can. Okay, so I'm just going to very gently ruffle them up. And what I want to do is, before I stick it down, I want to have a play around with the placement, because like I say, I haven't actually used this flower builder dies yet. Okay, so I've got 2 of each. I think you need that as a minimum to layer these ones up. Okay, so let's see. Now I just want to make sure that it's going to look nice. Okay. Now you can see this one there's a certain shape. I'm not putting them opposite like that, I don't think. I think I'll put them like this. It doesn't really matter, because see all the differences in how the petals are going to fall. It's absolutely fine. Right, okay. So a big splodge of glue. And I'm just going to hold it there for a wee second. Okay, happy with that. This one I'm going to glue down, and then I'll attach that to the bottom half. I don't see, can't see any comments popping up, but that's okay. Like I say, it was an off the cuff, quickly jump on for a little live. Right, oh wow, this is going to be beautiful. I love it. Okay, so you could add more, less layers as you see fit. Quite like that actually. Looks quite nice. Love it, I love it. Beautiful. Okay, so there's the main part, and then I have the 2 centres that I'm going to stick on top of each other, just to give it more depth as well. Now the reason I've chosen these colours is because they are incorporated in this designer series paper. Okay, right, so make sure that this is lining up nicely to get a double layer. There we go. That's why I recommend using the wet glue. Again, we're just going to turn up the outsides of these like so, and this is going to go in the middle. Okay, so a little bit of glue, we do not need a lot, and I'm going to stick that in here. Right. Right, that's it pressed down. And we're going to pop that in the card about there. So it's starting to come to life now. These pieces we are going to pop on the back. Okay, but I'm just going to attach it to the card with a couple of dimensions here, and then that way I know that I can actually pop these under with some wet glue and wiggle them around as I see fit. Okay, so let's see, what am I looking for? Dimensionals. Here we go, here we go. It was quite cold here earlier, so I popped my heating on. I think it's been the 3rd time since April, and within 20 minutes we were absolutely roasting, so the heating went back off. Oh, but it's too damp outside to hang a washing out, so that's not so good. Right, okay, I'm going to pop this slightly over, so it's not overhanging here, okay? So I'm just going to do that and attach it. We are then going to attach this, okay? So, what am I looking for? Wet glue. Right. And of course you could use any of the colours on your designer series paper. You know what I'm going to do? Should I add a little bit ribbon? Yes. Okay. Where is my... Here we go. Let's get my polka tool ribbon. I have not used this in absolutely ages. Let's get a piece of this stuck on. And then I will trim it off. So what I'll do is I'll get my Stampin seal. Don't worry about this wet glue, I'm going to go along it again. Not Stampin seal. Yes it is, Stampin Seal Plus. Oh, I actually got the name right. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick on the ribbon like so. Okay, we're just going to trim it tiny little bit so that there's a tiny overhang, because we do have room to overhang it because it's not quite the length of the card. And then we're going to pop it on. Oh, see, that's much better. Much better. Okay, so let's pop this on straight. Make sure the gaps at the bottom are the same, that are nice and equal. And I think that's turning out quite nice. I do like it. So it's all solid and stuck now, and it's time to pop on our lovely leaves. And this will just break it up a little bit. Okay, so I only ever use a tiny amount of our wet glue. Hold it a little second and that'll stick fine. Okay, I'm going to use the other big leaf over here. Just contrasting against that lovely crushed curry there. And then we'll have two more smaller die cuts, and these are in the Magnolia memory dies, okay? You see them here, you can cut out two at a time. So that's a good time saver. Right, so I'm going to pop one under here to layer it. Can you believe I use tiny, tiny amounts of glue and my cards are always fine. Okay, so layer that there. And just for a little contrast, I'm going to pop one. Where should I put it? Pop it up here. Yep, fab. So again, just tiny little bit of glue. You can lift and tuck like so. Isn't that pretty? Very, 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 very pretty. So I'm just thinking about adding some pops of colour. So I have my In Colour Enamel Dots. So I have the Just Jade here, which is quite close to the Coastal Cabana. Let me see what else I have. I also have these sequins from the Artistry Blooms. Okay, so let me see if any of those would look nice on here. You just mix and match as you can. Whoa, these are really pretty. These are really pretty. Okay. Yep, I think I'll go for 3 of these. Why not? That'll be the only sparkle that is on the card. You can add Wink of Stella across your thank you word. It's quite easy to add on the glitter. But let's stick on some of these. So I'm going to go up here. 3's a good number, isn't it? 1 there. And, oh, that one just jumped off. And 1 here. Right, I think that's plenty embellishments. Fab. Great. And what I'll do is I will pop a blog up on, I think maybe Saturday is the next blog that I need for my website. So I will be able to go away and link in this live video to a blog post over on my website at smithscraftycreations.com. And yes, So I just want to thank you all for watching. If you missed the start, we used the Playful alphabet dies for the word thanks, and these were really easy to cut out. And then we used the Magnolia memory dies. So these are both available in the annual catalogue. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this pretty little card. I think I'm going to go on and make some more using these die cuts. I think they're really, really pretty. Okay everyone, let me try and remove my video so that I can end this just now, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care now. Bye.